The Indian property market has been reeling under immense pressure of oversupply. Unsold inventories have touched a lifetime high in cities like Mumbai, Bengaluru, Noida and Gurgaon. A healthy market, so to speak, normally maintains about 8 to 10 months of inventory. And the Indian market is obviously very unhealthy, considering all real estate experts agree it's going to take an average of 14 months to clear up all of this unsold inventory across the big cities. And despite all of this, we haven't seen prices come down that much. Rentals have also been static. India has a national rental yield of around 3%. I'm talking of residential rental yield here. It's such a low yield, and let's be honest, we all know so many people whose entire retirement plan is to buy a property, put it on rent and survive on that. The question we're raising today on Prime Property is this a viable plan? Should you buy a property if your only objective is to earn rental income?
We can definitely, from a short-term perspective, the prices may be low on the returns on the investment, but from the rental perspective, you still get about 3 to 4.4% in good markets. Some places like Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune, Chennai, you have some areas where you can actually get 3 to 4.5% of rental yields. These are, for example, in Bangalore, you can get the electricity phase 1, phase 2, Hosur Road, Panatur, even in the Kalyan Nagar segment. In Pune, you can look at Pimpli-Nilak, Vadagaon, Sheri. You can also look at Chakan. In Mumbai, you can look at Powai, Andheri East, Nalasopara East, your Virar West, Malad West. They are also decent for rental returns. In Delhi, you can look at Malviya Nagar and nearby region like Rajwari Garden, etc., where you can actually still get decent rental returns.
But Vikas, is it really worth it? We're talking about rental yields of 2 to 3%.
See, definitely on a longer horizon, if you actually see from real estate perspective, the demand might be mismatched at this point of time in oversupply in certain segments. But on a longer horizon, 5 to 10-year horizon, the combination of your rental yields, the appreciation and the benefits on the tax side actually always overperform overall in the market, and hence it makes more sense to invest. But you have to invest and choose the property right. That's very important.
So what's long term according to you? You're advising against this plan for short term investors.
You have to actually look at again long term horizon. If you're looking at a short term horizon, I will not recommend to get into the market because rental yields in itself cannot be enough. It's better to put your money in your fixed deposit. But when you get into a real estate as an asset class, it's always advisable to look at 3 to 5 years at minimum. So I will still say that real estate in India is yet to give you a lot more returns.
But you know, given the unsold inventories touching lifetime highs, the national average being about 40 months to clear, isn't it really good time for people to enter the market to buy a property hoping to earn rental income? I'm asking this because, you know, if prices come down, then obviously rentals, I would imagine, should also come down.
See, again, you have to look at the oversupply is not across all the segments of real estate properties in residential. It is a particular segment where we have the oversupply. You still have decent demand in the lower income brackets and lower price brackets, and that's where you will also get decent rental returns vis-a-vis the amount that you invest. It makes sense to invest and be invested in those kind of properties, generally in a bracket of between 60 to 80 lakhs in the top metros, which will give you 3 to 4.5% rental yields. And if you look at a 5-year plus horizon, they will also give you a decent returns on ROI.
I want to talk a little more about this. Ambit Capital came out with a report which is now famous that prices in Mumbai would crash by up to 50%. There will be a price crash in other cities as well. Financial planners have been saying there has to be a price correction. Yet you're saying that rental yields will go up. On what basis, and on what basis are you advising people to invest in property as an asset class?
So you have to look first the breakdown the market into the fundamentals. Today the inventory levels are higher on the above 1 crore kind of segment, which is where you have majority of the inventory and lesser demand. But below 1 crore segment still has good amount of demand, and that's the reason people are speculating that the prices will go down. But if you actually look at the base prices of land are not going down, the construction prices are going up to 10 to 15% at minimum. The taxes do not change. So the prices going down is very, very slim chances, except in few odd cases. I believe the real estate market will stay stagnant, and you might not see new launches, as we have not seen much happening in this year. But overall, in the longer horizon, again, the fundamentals are pretty strong. If you buy the right property at the right price bracket and make the rental yields right now, in around 5 to 7 year horizon, you will also get a good ROI on that particular property.
So from what you're saying, this seems to be the message of how I'm interpreting it at least. Don't invest in property only if you intend to put it on rent.
See, you never invest in property just for rental yields. Just for rental yields, properties are constructed in West in countries like US, etc., where your fixed deposit, etc., returns are lower than 3%. In India, where you have better fixed deposit rates and are getting around 7 to 7.5% yields on fixed deposit, it doesn't make sense to just buy a property from rental perspective only. You will always have to look at the real long-term potential that combines the rental, the tax benefits, as well as the appreciation which had compounded over 5 to 7 years.
So Vikas, what did you make of that trend Jude has captured in the story? Is it a smart move by the builders in Chennai on rent as sales are too low? Should other builders across the country think of doing the same?
This is a sensible thing to do right now in the short run. Because comparatively, if you are not able to sell and not really your inventory remains vacant, even a 3 to 4% yield is a good return. Over the period of time, as the sentiment, the economic conditions improve, the demand is there. At this point of time, considering the multiple factors like economy, etc., the people are not really buying. But when the demand opens up, this will be a good property to again go into the market, make those returns. So if you look at instead of selling at a price which is not really beneficial for them, it makes more sense to have 15-20% as rental units, make some rental yields, and wait it out if the capability is there.
In that story, we've only really concentrated on the OMR. Which are the other localities in Chennai that people can consider for investments?
So you have Padur, you have Siruseri, you have Perumbakam, you have GST Road. All of these seem to be giving around 3 to 4.5% rental yields and look strong enough from rental perspective. And in the long term, even OMR looks a good market from the total ROI perspective, considering the amount of development that is coming in that region.
My final question to you. What should landlords and tenants keep in mind before they enter into contracts today? I ask you this because we're talking at a time when the property market is going through one of its worst down cycles. So once the market picks up, you don't want a situation where landlords want to evict their tenants. So what else should everybody keep in mind before entering into an agreement?
So I don't think things also the rental market generally remains very stable. Landlords do not have too many challenges. You have generally 11-month contracts there, and tenants, since they have a small term contract, they don't have a problem of actually moving out after 11 months. And within the contracts, many of the places they have actually built in some percentages already. So I don't think so they should be worried much about the market currently.
So that's the advice. Don't buy property only with the objective of earning a rent. Have a minimum 3-year investment horizon.